Welcome to the Women of Fort Mill, South Carolina. I'm Kellie, mom of 2 teenagers, serial entrepreneur, and lover of all things that inspire and empower women. After years of supporting women on their journeys, I'm thrilled to be here to spotlight the powerhouse women who make Fort Mill so special.
And I'm Leah, mom of a very busy toddler and your go-to financial guru for making sense of money and planning for the future. I absolutely love helping women feel confident in their finances. And together, Kellie and I are here to connect you with the stories, tips, and insights that can help you thrive personally and professionally.
Every week, we're inviting you to join us for a quick 20-minute chat with local female business owners, women who are really changing the game here in Fort Mill.
You'll walk away with new ideas, practical advice, and a deeper connection to the community. Whether you're seeking motivation, actionable tips to grow your business, or just a bit of solidarity and the ups and downs of entrepreneurship, you're in the right place.
This is the Women of Fort Mill, South Carolina. Let's dive in and meet the incredible women here in our community.
Good morning, Women of Fort Mill. We are so excited to join you for yet another episode of the Women of Fort Mill podcast. And you're going to notice a few changes. Kellie and I polled a lot of you because the whole goal of this podcast is adding value to this amazing city and the women in it. So, of course, Kellie and I have a huge heart for female entrepreneurs. We will continue to feature some of the amazing women business owners in Fort Mill. But we got your feedback and you said you wanted to hear more from us and real life things, experiences, challenges, things that we are all going through that are just really relevant, whether you're a mom or just a woman, or maybe you are a business owner. So I am personally so excited about the chat today because it is on a topic that I know will resonate with every single woman, whether you are a mom or not. So those of you that know Kellie Hoover know that she is a master of timing and scheduling. In fact, it's one of the greatest skills that she transferred to her 2 daughters. So today we're talking about balancing mom life, not going crazy, and having the tools and resources and really habits to enjoy life despite sometimes how chaotic it feels. So Kellie, I'm so excited to talk to you this morning.
Yes, I'm so excited too. This is something that I grew up with a little bit of knowledge behind based off of my mother. I have definitely feel like I have mastered, and I love that I can transfer and teach my children. So you nailed it. I'm excited for today, Leah.
Well, we all have said this so many times. There's not enough hours in the day. If only I had more time. We see these people that have the same 24-hour time block that we do, and yet sometimes they're able to do infinitely more because they have templates, strategies. They don't waste time in areas that are easy to, and they're systematic. I would love for you to share more about that. But just starting out, what would you say is number one tip for moms you feel like they're constantly running behind, running on empty, and just, gas tank is always on E. They're still trying to go.
Yeah. Well, first off, I will say I have been there. Like, it's not like I have every day of my life, every week, every month, every year is planned to a T. There are moments that I slip and I don't follow what I know to be the things I need to do to plan to be efficient in every aspect of my life, to be fully present when I'm with my kids, to be fully present when I'm with my husband, to be fully present when I'm working on this business or that business. So the number one tip I really have to say, and it doesn't matter if you're a working mom, a stay-at-home mom, a part-time working mom, like whatever it is, but plan your week. And I'll walk through kind of some of what I do, but Sunday is like my planned week. And I have, 30 minutes a date every single Sunday with myself and my calendar. Now, a lot of people use different types of calendars. People will use, Google. They will use iPhone calendars. They will use paper calendars, whatever it is, just have a tool. And so planning, that is the number one tip. And for myself, I know people are like, well, what do you use, Kellie? I would love to be the girl who uses the Google Calendar for everything because I know Leah, like that's how we book our space. But I am the girl who's a paper girl. Like I kick it old school with a law of attraction calendar. Like that is the planner I have been using for probably 10 years. And before that, before I was a full-time entrepreneur, I was in medical sales and I used a paper calendar there as well. So I don't know why I'm a pen and paper person, but I do transfer because my husband uses digital. My children, obviously, I get to teach them whatever tool that I think is best. And I do think the digital calendars are more real world, right? They're more efficient and they have a lot more like reminder tools and features on them. So I take my personal calendar when it comes to things with my children, family activities, my girls' schedules, whether it is doctor's appointments, cheer, anything that we're doing as a family, and I put it on a Google Calendar. And that Google Calendar, which I'll dive into this more as we chat today, I use that to set up what is called a DAC board, DAK. I pay $5 a month for it. We use a TV, but you can use a computer monitor, and it sits in our kitchen. So every morning, let's flash forward to school. Every morning, my girls, I have taught them to look at what is coming, look ahead. My 16-year-old, almost 17-year-old has 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs, depending if she has cheerleading, people that she is working with. And she can look ahead and see when she needs to ask off of work and when she can plan her friends' activities. And so number one thing is to plan your week. Figure out a tool, figure out a system, plan your week, and have that reset day. So Sunday is like a reset day. I reset my calendar. I have a meeting. I look at the week ahead.
That's incredible. So DAC board, everyone. And then you said the calendar that you use, because I think a lot of people are paper people. It just feels different when you write it. You said that it's an affirmations calendar.
Yeah, it's called Law of Attraction. And there is a lot in it. Full transparency, I use it for the calendar. I don't do a lot of the goal setting and the affirmations that are in it, but they are amazing. I do those things just outside of the calendar, but you can get it on Amazon. It's like, $20, $25. They have dated ones, undated ones. They have ones that start in January. They have ones that start in the school year in August. And it's great because it has a month at a glance, and then it breaks it down week by week. And of course, I use the large one. It's like the 8x10, but it still slides into my purse, right? And I write in pencil. That's the other thing, is write in pencil, because here is the one thing: when you plan your day, 7 days, this is one thing I can guarantee about my calendar. It never goes as it's planned. The morning I wake up, I look at what I have. 100% of the time, it never goes that way. So being kind of flexible and planning it that way. But DAC board and Law of Attraction calendar. And we can link them in the show notes.
Yeah, we'll link them. So I have heard you talk about white space, buffer time. I mean, you travel a lot, whether it be for business, family time, cheer. And for someone, I know I'm the complete opposite, where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going on a 2-day trip. This is crazy. But you have created such a system where even though something might go not as planned, you still don't miss a beat. So can you talk to us about the communication with your family so that they're all on the same page, and how you disseminate that information outside of just saying, okay, look at the board, but, family meeting, or how do you make sure everybody's on the same page for that week?
Yeah, so great question. During the school year, we have a little bit of a different system, because if you have children in sports or in activities, and I'm speaking specifically to the moms who are probably like, older elementary children, middle school, high schooler, when you get to that age, your kids aren't going to bed at 7 or 8 o'clock every night. Like, we are rocking and rolling. Sometimes my girls don't walk in the door till 9:30, 9:45 at night, because they have school activities, or if they play sports for their school, it's like school, everything afterwards. So we started, when my girls entered into middle school, we started meeting every morning. We have breakfast together. It is literally 15 minutes, but it may be the only 15 minutes that we as a family spend together. Now, some of them are in different schools. So that meant for a few years, one of my kids would have to wake up earlier to accommodate the other one. It is what it is. It is like a very hard and fast rule that we sit down. I make them like a homemade breakfast, eggs or whatever they want that morning. We sit down, we actually do a devotion, we pray, and they write in a gratitude journal. They have to write 3 things every day that they're grateful for. And we do that Monday through Thursday. I mean, we have been doing it for so many years now that they just know. That is a time that we come together. We talk about our day. We're like, okay, you've got this after school, you've got this. And you see this, you guys, if you're a parent and you're trying some of these tools, and you're like, oh, I've been doing this for 2 months and it hasn't, they don't get it. My kids don't get it. They will get it. You keep going. As I have a rising senior, it is fascinating to watch her plan her life, schedule her life, plan out, seeing friends. Like, she is so good. But it didn't start with just like 30 days and she was great at it. It has taken time, and it's just taking consistency. So I communicate really with them in the morning. And then usually on Sundays, That's kind of our reset day. I always have, when Leah said white space, I literally plan my downtime. So I usually have a full 24 hours completely off of social media because part of my business is online on social media. So a lot of people use it as connection, and I do use it for connection, but it's also a very big business building tool for me. I need to take a break, right? Because you can be on it 24 hours a day. So having that white space, and during that white space on Sunday, we are coming together and we're saying, this is what the week looks like. You have a hair appointment. You have this. We have this, and kind of looking forward to it. But also, Leah, because they have Google Calendar on their phone, because we have the DAC board, they can see the few days. They not only see today, but they see the next few days. So I train them to look. They'll say to me, Mom, what is tonight? Can I go do this? And I'm like, check your calendar. That is really the best way to kind of pull through with that.
You mentioned one of the time wasters that I think we were all guilty of with social media. And it is such a great tool and it's powerful. And so many of us that have businesses, it is such a great connection point for people. But including that, what would you say are the big time wasters or time traps for moms and just women in general? And then how do you avoid them and not just keep on falling into this trap of where did my time go?
Yeah. You look down and you're like, oh my gosh, I thought it was 8 and it's 9:15. Listen, I do this too. I am not by any means the perfect role model with this, but I'm very aware, and I will catch myself sometimes wasting time. And I'm like, well, I can't get back that 25 minutes that I just sat in the bed and scrolled. But I do put things in place. So one of the things I think scrolling social media for moms, sometimes people use it as an escape or they use it to decompress. I'm not saying that's bad, but I'm just saying you need to have a time limit on it. A lot of times what I will do is if I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go jump into the TikTok world and let's see what's happening. I think it's okay if you have healthy boundaries. I will set a timer. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go spend 10 minutes. I will get on my phone. I will set my timer. And when that 10 minutes is up, the app goes off. I am done scrolling. So that would be a tip for you. Also on your phone, on iPhones, I know if you have it in the Android, I don't know, but I'm assuming they have this as well. But on an iPhone, you can put app limits. You could have an app limit. Like if you are somebody, I actually am not a big scroller. I rarely ever get into the weeds with scrolling. But part of how I stopped that bad habit for myself is I put a time limit. So if I spent 30 minutes a day on Instagram, it would pop up. You guys, a lot of people use this for their children. Use it for yourself. It pops up and it says, you've spent 30 minutes on Instagram. Your time is up. And you can choose to go more or to not. But at least it is a break and it says enough, right? Other time traps, a huge one, and Leah, I know you and I, this is probably something we've struggled with, is overcommitting. We love to serve. We love people. We love to be involved. We like things. And that can lead you down the world of overcommitting. I've gotten better at this. I'm definitely not an expert because I want to help people. I want to serve. I want to say yes. But I have learned as I have gotten older that if it's not like a hell yes, then it needs to be a no or a not right now, or that sounds great. And you really have to, as you're with your family, as you're working or not working, wherever you're doing nonprofit work, you really have to figure out what is your goals in life and, where are you going? And if whatever it is that you're being asked to do doesn't fit into that, you really need to say no. You need to not commit to it. It's okay. It's okay to say no or to say, thank you so much for including me. It doesn't fit in my life right now. Or just say, I can't make it. We don't have to. I think as moms and as women, we feel that we need to give a reason why we can't. So I catch myself, and I'm actually really working hard on this right now, Leah. I will catch myself if you have said, hey, can you go to lunch? And I'm like, actually, I can't because, and I give them all the reasons that I can't. And I'm like, they don't really need to know that. I'm doing that to make me feel better, but I just need to say, thank you so much. I'm not available during that time. So I think the overcommitting is that, and TV, a lot of people are big TV watchers. I would say put your same restrictions on TV watching as you do on social media scrolling.
So good. I think so many of us make choices sometimes out of guilt or fear sometimes of what are they going to think, when in reality, if they are a good friend, they would never judge you for saying, I'm not available. So
right.
If they do, they're not in your life anymore.
That's right.
Yeah. What would your advice be to moms, women that just find it so hard to spend time to take care of themselves? And I think there's so many different definitions for self-care. It doesn't always mean a spa day. That is one, but there are so many ways to feed your soul and your body. What advice would you give for people that are really struggling to make the time?
Yeah. First off, I think you just have to give yourself grace and start small. There are so many women that I talk to that are like, I do not have time because I'm working, I'm managing kids, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing all the things. And it's a lot of hats. Listen, being a woman, whether you work for someone else or you stay at home and work for your family, you're working, right? You are working for your household, and that's a really hard job. I think the biggest thing is to start small and to realize that this may rub some people the wrong way, but being busy is not an excuse to not take care of yourself. Taking care of yourself looks very different, but it can also take 3 minutes of your day, and we all have 3 minutes extra, right? So my biggest advice for that would be, if you are not taking care of yourself at all right now, meaning you wake up, you go to bed, and everything is about everyone else and nothing is about you, I'm going to challenge you. Take 3 minutes and just go sit outside and listen. No music, no phone. Set your timer for 3 minutes and go out there in the morning and dive in and just listen to the birds, listen to nature, put your feet in the grass, ground yourself. If you're kind of taking care of yourself some, like, go move your body. That is one of the best things that women can do. There's so many ways to do this for free. Go out and walk in your neighborhood. Go out and walk laps around your yard. Like, go to a park and walk. Grab a friend and walk. Moving your body. And my kids would hit this on repeat because I am like, what does exercise do? It releases endorphins. What do endorphins do? They make you happy. I promise you. I know that you have felt this as a female. When you come back, you can be so stressed heading into a gym or heading into a run or a walk. You come back, you're like, heck yeah, I'm in a better mind space. Do it for your mental health if you don't want to do it for your physical health. It is one of the best things that you can do, but start small. I mean, there are so many ways, and I will tell you, and I know we'll probably get into this later down the road, but when I am planning out my week, the very first thing that goes on my calendar is me. Time for myself. And I carve out at least 1 hour, which sounds crazy. Didn't start out like this, but I carve out at least 1 hour, most of the time, an hour and a half a day for me and only me. Not with my children, not with my business, not with my husband, with me. And that includes reading. It includes devotions. It includes moving my body. It includes going outside and listening to music, like resetting myself. And it may be in 5-10 minute increments, but I have it planned because as you get busier in your life and you want to create space, you really need to take care of you. And I promise you, if you're a parent, your kids are watching you. They watch us more than they listen to us. They're watching your habits. It's one of the best gifts that you can give your children.
Wow. First of all, I think it's easy for moms especially to unknowingly get into this martyr syndrome where I don't have time. I'm taking care of everybody else. I'm doing all the and then it's true. We typically are doing all the things. But knowing that an unhappy, stressed out spouse, significant other, and mom, nobody wants to be around. My husband had a mic, he would be like, hell yeah. So knowing that, and we don't like that version of ourselves, that is huge. And it doesn't have to be 1 hour and a half block, like you said. Sometimes they're small increments.
Absolutely. And that is exactly what mine are. I mean, I will take the 45 minutes to an hour to move my body. That's the biggest chunk. But the rest of it is small chunks throughout the day.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we will link all the things that Kellie mentioned, the tools that she uses. And I think for all of us, we have to find what works. It may be something similar to what Kellie's used for years, but knowing that there is a better way to live when you're more intentional, you have more joy in your life when you manage your schedule. And whew, what a gift to teach your children. I would love to say, look at the calendar and then you know, right? What's going on?
You will get there. You have some years ahead, so you're going to get there, Leah.
Well, and the impact that we have, I think, so many people, it gives us joy to know that we're impacting our kids and molding them into these beautiful people. What a talent to have even when they're 16 and they get their first job. Time management, we know 50-year-olds that don't know how to manage time. So
absolutely,
to do it at 16 is huge. Gosh, well, I'm excited. I'm looking at the time like, man, okay, I guess we should shut it down. But thank you for joining us this morning. Kellie and I are so thrilled to continue bringing you things that we know you'll connect with, We still have a long list of women to highlight and feature. So you will continue to see more entrepreneurs on here, but you'll also see just a little bit of the background and life things as Kellie and I chat through them. So thank you for joining us. We would love for you to rate the podcast, share it with a friend, whether it's this episode or one of the other ones. If you think it would be encouraging to one of your girlfriends, please share it. Follow us on Instagram, Women of Fort Mill Podcast. And if you have any insight or feedback or something that you want to see or someone that you want to see featured, please let us know. That is what this podcast is about, is adding value to the women of our amazing town of Fort Mill. We will see you next week. Great to chat with you, Kellie.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Women of Fort Mill, South Carolina. We love bringing you the stories of these incredible women, and we hope you're walking away with a little extra inspiration every week. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to rate and review us wherever you listen. It helps us reach more amazing women like you and grow our supportive community.
And for all the latest updates, tips, and behind-the-scenes fun, make sure to follow us over on Instagram, Women of Fort Mill Podcast, and tag us to share what inspires you each week. Plus, join our email list to stay connected, be the very first to know about the new episodes and fun events. Thanks for being a part of our Fort Mill family. We'll see you next week with another inspiring woman right here at Women of Fort Mill Podcast.